with someone before, and I have to be honest. Regarding the Gulf states, especially in Saudi Arabia, Oman, there are countless documented examples, numerous videos and testimonials of young white girls, Instagram models, TikTok models, getting basically shat and pissed on, by the elites. That's why your prince is compromised like Epstein. Do you know what I mean? But with less fecal matter. They'll do what they did in Iraq and offer money to the poor people of regime change. The bottom line is the Saudis are against Iran for a reason. They've been captured, just like Epstein, because they are known for hiring young British, white, or American white girls, to go over there and use them as a fucking toilet. You can look it up, you can do whatever, I can put it in the fucking chat, whatever. Everyone's captured. Now, I'm not saying that, the geopolitical, stance of everyone is indifferent to, what we could do as people. But you have to understand that if Trump's captured, which he is, and Starmer's captured, which he is, and Putin and everyone else, because they like young girls, and even say, like, the Saudi thing is fucking hysterical. The Saudi prince went on the other day and said, Iran's like the new Hitler, and you're like, mate, you literally pay girls to go over there so you can shit on them. I can put it up in the chat if you want. It's mental. But at the same time, I think it's up to everyone to understand that where we are now is bigger than what it has ever been. There's been more of a rising, obviously Suleiman and, other people. This 24/7 thing is massive, and I hope it continues. But I have to go to bed soon anyway. Hopefully, you understand what I'm saying. But yeah.
Back on Hormuz, we were talking earlier, and the gentleman who was just speaking, he definitely sees it, and the average person does not. But people who read see it, but especially those that love and study Navy history and the TA Mann's lines of communication, sea power. But again, Hormuz is a red. I've been saying it several times for those maybe new in the space here. That is a red line. That is a line in the sand. And whatever it takes, that will remain open. But since U.S. naval forces are very restricted in that, very tight, it's 20-some miles, folks, between Oman and Iran there, and it's shallow. Now, you think, well, what does shallow have to do with it? Well, yeah, I won't go into it, but your submarine warfare is completely taken off the table. Now our submarines, and I was in submarines. I served. It's been over 20 years of my retired Navy. But we are now having to do standoff long-range shots of using TLAMs, non-nuclear, of course, Tomahawk strikes. That's what hit, by the way. They're saying that the submarine hit that other nuclear site. That's why it was very minimal. But what I'm getting at is and Iran knows that the U.S. Navy is very limited in there. And I don't care if the Japanese Navy's in there and our alliances with the Royal Navy. We're very limited in there, and we're like sitting ducks. It's like everyone understands what a choke point is, right? In being ambushed where you can't, there's no way of escape. It's a bloodbath. It'll be a bloodbath like the barbarians did the Roman Empire. Remember, they wiped out that whole legion there. But
Andrew, listen. You're talking about a military, this is not the point. The point is, if Iran stands alone and says, fuck you to the rest of the West, Britain, everyone else, it's irrelevant what you're saying, because they're standing there on principle. It's not about anything else. They did nothing. They stood there in their own country doing fuck all, and the last 14 days, the only thing that you've heard is from Israel, oh my God, they're going to come up with this. They're going to do this. They're going to come up with, ICBMs and fucking, nuclear war. My fucking ass. If you're old enough to understand and remember that in 2003, that they turned around and done the same shit with WMDs and, weapons of mass destructions, then fuck me. I'm old enough and I'm younger than you.
Yeah, you're
Just some more breaking news. First one is there's a poll: who is more America first, Donald Trump or Thomas Massey? I should have put in the nest. And then the other one is huge news, and it is this: Mahmoud Khalil. We mentioned that the fact that he'd gone and he joined the protests. Well, more than that. Here we go. More than that, he's gone on. The tweets in the nest. Mahmoud Khalil gives a welcome home speech in New York. He said, quote, "I believe that we will win." Let me just see how long I have. It's 3 minutes. Okay, the quality's not good. But anyway, he said, "I believe that we will win." Maybe if somebody can play it later, if the audio can be better. I don't know, Simon or more, you can get it. But yeah, that tweet's in the nest as well. Like, shout out to Mahmoud Khalil. I believe, how long was he kept in prison for? I believe it was like 100 days. And he said the conditions in there were so horrific that he just didn't think that you would have that type of situation in the United States of America. So that's an important point to note. Andrew, jump in. What were you speaking about?
Yes, as a gentleman, you were saying, sir, absolutely. I know exactly where you're coming from. Iran is sitting there going, I don't care. It's shut down. I'm doing everything standing on principle. That's the point, because what it will take and the effect of that is going to be catastrophic. And Simon has gone over that so well. Truth Teller went over it so well. So there again, it will be resolved quickly. It really will. It won't go to WW3. We hope not, pray not, probably not, but it might.
Yeah, I mean, from this perspective, it's not a good strategy. I don't think Iran will use it.
Yeah, exactly. And I said 2 weeks ago, I said, I pray Iran is not stupid enough to do that, because that's going to completely, take them out of the game, I think, in a bargaining position, because then they got the whole world on them.
I disagree. I think if they do it selectively, it could actually be a powerful tool.
Yeah, can I jump in? Iran has already, they have a special fleet of submarines for shallow depth. Like they own the strait. That's like their turf. They have specialized military equipment that works specifically just for the sorry if I can't say it right, the Hermes Strait. Also, Yemen is also entering the war, and they completely strangleholded the Suez Canal. So they're going to do that again. They're already they were hell for U.S. ships. They were really kind of an embarrassment for the United States, as in U.S. really had to back out, because they were just losing so much money. And unfortunately, like, the Yemeni people are just they're not like people that can be defeated, just like on principle. But what am I trying to say here? They've already either finished or are in the process of finalizing negotiations to allow China through the canal. So if the Hermes Strait gets shut down, it's not going to get shut down for everyone. It's going to get shut down specifically for what do you call it? For people that or ships that support the West. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I personally, I have no answer to that. Simon might weigh in on it, but you're absolutely correct. Truth Teller brought out the details. We had some pro-Trumpster Zionist was on here saying, "Oh no, we can. Their submarines are antiquated. The United States can take them all out." And I said, "Oh, shut up." Very well aware of what they're doing with shallow water remote drones and their submarine stuff. That's why the United States has standoff. Again, I'm going to say, we are not going to be stupid. We're going to do standoff long range missiles. And now here's my point. It's like you put us, the United States of America, in a corner and you say, you can't come in here and you're going to pay I don't even want to think where that's going to go. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, my understanding is that very few of those exports go to the West. It's more like the impact on oil prices, and then in terms of actual supply chains, it would impact Asia, and then obviously China is the exporter to the world. So it's like it's that type of thing. But I don't think it's many exports go to the West, go to Europe or America through that choke point.
Yeah, that's another good point. Thank you. Looking strictly at, again, going back to the sea lines of communication in the entire battle plan of the United States Navy, of course, the Royal Navy, we had adopted the same thing. And all the navies, actually the world, let's be honest, in that is maintaining sea lines of communication. And it will be a terrible, horrific embarrassment for the United States to say, well, you've completely blocked us out. And it could happen where it's going to be in a position to that could happen. God forbid I could ever say, never, not America. No, I think Israel's getting nailed under judgment. I think America is under judgment for the atrocities. And don't get me wrong, I love my country, but man, oh man, oh man, when God's hand moves in ways, and this is almost one of those, it's like this. They put us in a corner, and we either have a choice to go in for a bloodbath and get our carriers wiped out in a turkey shoot, get our submarines, well, we can't even operate our submarines in that narrow depth water, but get beaten badly in there, or say we're going to do long range strikes and just keep emptying our inventory, and we can do that too.
Breaking
I'm just
news,
saying.
breaking news, boom, boom. We are, missiles have been launched from Iran to Israel. Missiles have been launched from Iran to Israel. That's going down right now.
Yeah, and
We're
we just
seeing that the launch. Hold on 1 second, brother, if it's okay. We're seeing that they're coming into Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, West Bank, very large areas. Sending it to you now.
Massive news, guys. Hit the repost button. If you guys didn't just hear from Suleiman and Didi, missiles have been launched from Iran to the genocider entity Israel. So this is massive, massive, huge news, guys. Basically called on the space live as well. And as promised, here it is, guys. Well, not that I'm behind it, but I called it again, and here it is, guys. So that's why I share the space again. When there's calm, right before the storm, and now we're in the storm. Hit that repost button. Repost Suleiman's post up above. Hit that repost button, that favorite button. Share this space and share that post as much as possible. This is huge. Massive news. This weekend has been insane.
Yeah, if Iran is smart, they'll just keep focusing on Israel. I mean,
I'm
care
also
of this
hearing
stuff.
that there has been an explosion in Tehran as well. There are some explosions happening in Tehran as well. Nathan, have you got any more updates on that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, so it's going quiet now, but there's been some massive explosions and there's been a lot of activity with the air defense for the last 5-10 minutes. But I would say I've heard at least 4 massive explosions. Like, I mean, proper massive. I mean, it could be because they're closer. I don't know, but they do sound loud. So we do have Tehran being bombed at the same time. There's launches that are headed towards Israel as we speak.
Is this
Yeah, but
the 20th round now?
Yeah, it's either 20 or 21.
This is a big area. Did you see that, Nathan?
Bulgaria?
No, it's a big area. Sorry. Tel Aviv, Judean
Yeah,
Plain,
I
Bet
have
Shean Valley, Baca, Samaria, Jerusalem, Sharon. Wow, this is a big area.
yeah, I have that as well. Same.
DD
yeah,
said that Iran is bombing Bulgaria right now. It's World War III.
Guys, there's massive explosions going on right now in both Iran and now Israel too. Hit that repost button. it's a huge, huge event going on right now.
They always follow through on what they say they're going to do.
And I'll say this:
They were doing. They were
Got
actually
quite
doing
massive explosions in Tehran as well as you speak. Was it? Yeah, it's around. Sorry.
No, yeah, they were doing campaigns in the beginning with a bit of psychological warfare where they were warning people that things are coming, and then everyone would go down in the bunkers, and then they wouldn't come, and then they have to come back up, and then go back down. And they were doing a lot of that in the beginning.
So, just what Nathan and Didi mentioned, missiles launched towards Israel in the coming minutes. Warnings are expected to be received in the following areas: Valley, Beit Shean Valley, Gush Dan, Judea, Jerusalem, Yarkon, Lachish, Samaria, well, it means West Bank, Judean, and Lowlands, and Sharon. And I thought Tel Aviv was part of it, but not in that tweet, but yeah. So missiles have been launched right now, so we'll watch out for that. Yeah, this is like number 20 or 21, right?
I think we're at 20, right?
21.
21.
Hey,
Israel's
Didi.
IDF,
1, 2, 3,
sorry, brother,
4.
IDF channels are
Test
reporting
1,
to
2, 3,
expect
4.
heavy barrage. Sorry, Simon, go ahead.
Yeah, Didi, could you imagine a scenario where like strikes would lead to the breakout of the illegal occupation and take down some of the walls or something like that? Could you imagine anything like that happening?
I would pray for that.
That's what Elijah said. Elijah Magnia. He said that Iran could have a target where they target the Gaza Strip, the Netzarim corridor, and the border where the watchtowers are.
Okay, we're hearing that missiles are around 3 minutes away.
Yeah, we just have reports that they're flying over Iraq now.
I
What
can't
would you
believe
do
you're
if you
not
were
playing
in?
the song, sir. I can't believe you're not playing the song.
I
Sorry,
posted it. I posted it.
Did someone
I'm
play it?
offended. Like, this is the first time I've been able to last on your panel for longer
I-
than 2 seconds.
I posted it. I posted the song. I posted the song. Don't be a hater. Listen, I posted it already, but I just didn't play it because last time people said it didn't.
Yeah, it's the same. It's low. It's like it's far away from your mic or something.
Sorry, was that Nathan?
I said it's the same as it was the last time when you tried to play it. It's almost as if it's like it's far. It's like the speaker is away from your mic.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why. I got the bestest speakers. Ask Trump.
Wow,
Let's see.
Oh, we
Didi, they
got
haven't.
sirens going off now. Let's see where they are. Can't see them.
Didi, they haven't ethnically cleansed
Can
you
you
from
guys
the
hear them?
speaker state.
Yeah,
They
sorry, you
haven't
were saying
ethnically
Nathan?
cleansed from
Can you hear the sirens going off? But reports of
Yeah, I can see it.
interceptor missiles being launched as well.
I see
Test 1, 2,
the
3, 4.
missiles
Test
over
1, 2,
Iraq
3,
right now,
4.
isn't it?
Test.
Well, to be honest, I think they're a lot closer now because that was a few minutes ago, and obviously by the time they post it, it would have been a few minutes as well.
True.
Approximately 10 ballistic missiles.
We got reports
now
of
getting
Tel
that
Aviv being targeted. The metropolitan.
Yep. No, I just got it. Exactly. I was going to just tell you, it looks like it's coming in 2 different swaths because the first one did not call out Tel Aviv, and now we're calling out Tel Aviv. Guys, everybody repost the space, guys. I haven't been on here for a day because, the space boycotted my ass. But please, everybody repost the space, bookmark the space. Usually the space gets under attack when, boom, boom, Tel Aviv happens. So everybody repost the space. Let's go.
I'm seeing there's possibly a 5 missiles this time as opposed to 10, but let's see. Or 5 launches is what I'm reading.
Oh, 5 launches.
So I don't know if that means 5 missiles or 5 distinct launches.
Well, it could be over because the sirens have just stopped now. So I'm guessing they're not expecting income unless they malfunction.
Oh, you think they were intercepted?
I didn't really hear any loud explosions. But like I said, the sirens have just stopped, so I'm guessing that means that they're not expecting incoming.
Oh, they malfunctioned.
Oh, exactly.
If you guys want to kill my mic and let somebody else up, I don't really have anything else to add. Thanks. Thanks for everybody for the space listening.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, Chief.
We're just looking for news at the moment, guys. So, Simon,
If I could just, I'll close this out. If Iran could just stick to Israel, don't do anything stupid. Just stay after Israel right now.
Okay, so we're seeing what is either the 20th or the 21st round of strikes from Iran to Israel. As we think right now, there were 5 launches. We're not sure if that means 5 missiles or you can have multiple missiles in a launcher, but apparently there's been 5 launches. And this is the second attack, I believe, since the
No, I don't think it was 5 launches. I think what Sully said is he thought it was coming in 5s, the waves of missiles. So it was supposedly 10 that were launched, but Sully was thinking that they might have been coming in 2 different waves, 5 each. But as far as we know, there were 10 launched.
Okay, so this is the.
Okay, I'm seeing a video of one missile being intercepted in the skies.
Okay, so this is the second attack since America did its so quote unquote targeted strikes and a successful operation, according to Trump, at the nuclear program.
Just a quick update. Sorry, Simon. So we're getting reports that there were concentrated missile strike was on central Israel, and also reports that some might have got through as well, but we don't know yet. There's no confirmation.
Golden.
Have we got any indication on what the level of destruction is, or is it there's no
Well,
real way
Douglas
to know?
Murray, is it Douglas Murray? So Colin McGregor, not Douglas Murray. Douglas Murray be like, have you been there? No, Colin McGregor basically claimed that at least a third of Tel Aviv had been hit. But we had a discussion about this. I think we thought that likely what he meant was a third of the military assets had been hit.
Yeah, a third of Israel sounds a lot.
Yeah,
guys, do you mind a question from the audience? Someone sent me a question in the DMs. You guys don't mind?
Go on, then, Nathan.
Yeah, go for it.
So it says it's to Simon or the panel, and the question is: if the Strait of Hormuz is closed, when can trade to China start via train Silk Road project? Question mark. Was it not supposed to be finished? Question mark. And then, do you find false flag in sinking the soon-to-be decommissioned Nimitz flight carrier in Strait of Hormuz be an issue for longer?
I think I'd be blagging an answer there. I know that the train route had recently opened, but I'm not sure of its capabilities. It's not something I know too much about.
Just a couple of more breaking news in the nest. The first one is missile sirens activated in Tel Aviv, Israel, following a missile launch from Iran. We mentioned that already. Just in, we can see some action from the skies of Tabriz. That's in the nest as well. Let me just check what else. I think Davey said some. Oh yeah, I got that one already. Okay, now I'm hearing it was only one ballistic missile that was launched, and it didn't impact. But let's see. Why would they have all those red signs if there was only one missile?
A very good question, and one that we haven't seen in a while. Usually they're pretty accurate. I'm hearing that there were sounds of explosions, though, in Jerusalem.
Yeah, but that could have been an interceptor. Just real quickly, did anybody else want to try to answer the question? Truth, do you know anything about the Silk Road train line? Do you know if it's up and running? If you're here, Truth?
Yeah, it did its first route
on May 25th, so it's capable of transporting all kinds of goods. I've checked; it should be able to transport oil if necessary, but I mean, Iran could just give special permission for ships to China to still pass. It's their call, obviously. So, what was the rest of that question?
And so the second part of the question was, do you find false flag and sinking the soon-to-be decommissioned Nimitz flight carrier in the Strait of Hormuz to be an issue for longer?
Can I jump in on that one? First of all, the U.S. Navy is not going to be stupid enough to put the carrier right in there. But yes, absolutely. Remember the USS Liberty. If the listeners don't know exactly what happened, please look that up.
Well, tell them. Tell them. We got 6,000 listeners. Maybe not all of them will want to go and research.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, during the 6-Day War, the USS Liberty.
Whenever I ask people to explain, like, I'm not boasting, but like largely I know these things, but I always think it's nice for people to, to remind people, because some people might not know. We have a